Okay, number one that says the length of a football field, including the end zones, is 48 feet longer than 4 times the length of a tennis court. It is also 282 feet longer than a tennis court. Write and solve an equation to find the length in feet of a tennis court and a football field. Okay, so first we have information about the length of a football field is 48 feet longer, it says, than 4 times the length of a tennis court. So let's use T for tennis court. And if we were to write 4 times the length of a tennis court, 4 times the length of a tennis court would be this, 4T, right? If we're using T for tennis court, 4 times T, or 4 times the length of a tennis court. But the football field is 48 feet longer than this. So I need 4 times the length of a tennis court plus 48. Okay, this is going to give us the football field right here. 4 times the tennis court plus 48 more feet. It goes on to say in the problem that it is also, and that is language for the equal sign. It is also. So I'm going to put my equal sign. It is also 282 feet longer than a tennis court. So again, we're using T for tennis court. So we put T for tennis court. And it says it's 282 feet longer than. So whatever the tennis court is, I'm going to add 282 to that. Okay, so I have just written an equation to solve for T. And what is T going to tell us? T is going to tell us the length of the tennis court. And once we know T, we can plug T into this equation, either the left side or the right side, and then we can find the length of the football field. So let's first solve the equation for T so that we know the length of the tennis court. So I have no parentheses, I have no like terms, so let me move this T to the other side, to the left side, by subtracting T from both sides. Those T's will cancel. I would get 4T minus T, that of course is 3T. I'll bring the plus 48 down, and I'll bring the 282 down on the right side. So if my variable is on the left, I'm going to get my numbers on the right. So let's subtract 48 from both sides. Okay, so those 48s cancel, and I get 3T is equal to 282 minus 48. Should get 234. Okay, fifth and final step, solve for T. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So I get T is equal to 234 divided by 3. That should give you 78. So T is equal to 78. And what do we say T is? T is the length of the tennis court. Okay, so we know one part of our answer because we need to know both of these, the tennis court and the football field. So the tennis court is 78, and our units were feet. Okay, so we can put FT for feet. Length of the tennis court is 78 feet. Now, how are we going to find the length of a football field? Well, we're told up here that we can either do 4 times T plus 48 to get the length of a football field, or we could just do T plus 282. Because remember, this is an equation. And so all of this information right here, we are saying that 4T plus 48, that is the same exact thing as T plus 282. Of course, that's what the equal sign means, right? Is the same as. So this side, the left side, is the same as the right side. And so basically have two options here to find the length of a football field. We can take T and plug it in right here, or we could take T and plug it in right here. I'm going to choose to do this side. That way I just have to do addition. So let's do T, which is 78, plus 282. Okay, if I add those together, that's going to give me the length of a football field. And if I add correctly, I should get 360, and this is feet, 360 feet. Okay, so I've answered both parts of the question, the tennis court and the football field. Number 2, we had one similar to this in part 1 word problem. So find the perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Again, notice that this is an equilateral triangle. So every side of the triangle is the same exact length. We are given the length of 2 of the sides, one side being 9x minus 8, and another side being 3x plus 10. Okay, and because we know the left side or all sides are the same, we can set this side length equal to this side length, because every side length is the same. And so let's set our equation up. We would go 9x minus 8 is equal to 3x plus 10, right? Because all the sides are equal. Now I follow 5 steps to solve equations. I have no parentheses, no like terms. Let me give my x, my variable, on one side, so I'm going to move it to the left side. So those 3x's cancel. 9x minus 3x is 6x. I bring the minus 8 straight down. Equal sign comes straight down, and on the right side, I'm left with 10. So my variables on the left side, I need this number. The minus 8, I need that on the right side, so I'm going to undo subtraction by addition. I'm going to add 8 to both sides, so those 8's cancel. And I'm left with 6x equals 10 plus 8 is 18. Fifth and final step is to solve for x. I'm going to divide by 6. So those 6's simplify to 1 times x, which is x. And x is 18 divided by 6, which is 3. Now, that's what x is, but I want to know the perimeter. So I need to know the distance all the way around the triangle. And so what I have to do is I have to take x and plug it in to one of the expressions. So let me plug it into 3x plus 10. I could do the same thing for 9x minus 8, but I'm just going to do this one for now. So if I take this 3 and plug it in right there, I'm going to have 3 times 3, because of course that's what 3x means. 3 times 3 plus 10. I know 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 plus 10 is 19. Is that my answer? No, that's the length of one side. So I know that one side is 19, and if I know this side's 19, I know this side's 19, I know this side's 19, right? Because all the sides are the same. So what's 19 plus 19 plus 19? You should say 57, right? So that would be my perimeter. The distance all the way around the triangle is 57, and let's just say units. 57 units. Okay. Number 3, find the value of x for the square that has sides of 19 minus 3x and 7 minus x. Okay, one other option for your tools over here is this T, this text box. If I click the text box and click and drag it, let's say I want the text box right here. Okay, now I can type in like 19 minus 3x, okay? And then I can drag it wherever. So let's say this side's 19 minus 3x. And let me do another text box. Let's do this side. Let's call this side 7 minus x. Okay, now I know the properties of a square. I know every side of the square is equal, right? This side's equal to this side, is equal to this side, is equal to this side. Similar to how an equilateral triangle has all side lengths the same, a square also has all side lengths being the same. So what I can do here is set this side equal to this side, okay? Now, one option right here is these 3 dots. I can do what's called duplicate. So let's duplicate, and let me drag this over here. I can have 7 minus x. Okay, then I can say this is going to be equal to. It's going to be equal to this side, which is 19 minus 3x. So duplicate, drag. Okay, then I can solve from here. I could make it a little bigger if I wanted to. So step 1, are there parentheses? No. Step 2, combine like terms. I don't have any. Step 3, get the variable on one side. So let me add x to both sides. I'm going to get the variable on the right side. Those would cancel. And on the left side, I have 7 equals 19. What's negative 3x plus x? That's negative 2x, right? So if my variable is on the right side, I need this number, the 19, I need that to go to the other side. So I would need to subtract 19. Subtract 19 from both sides, so those 19s cancel. 7 minus 19 is negative 12, right? Equal to, this is not 2x, but negative 2x. Fifth and final step is to solve for x. Now, what am I going to divide both sides by? You should not say 2. You should say negative 2. This is a negative 2 right there. And so I must divide both sides by negative 2. So those negative 2 simplify. And so x is equal to negative 12 divided by negative 2, which is 6, right? Same sign's positive. So x equals 6. That's all it asked me to solve for. It just asked for the value of x. It does not ask for the perimeter of the square. Okay, so x equals 6. So number 4, you're going to take that sentence, write an equation, then find the number. Number 5, same thing. And number 6, same thing. Write an equation, solve for the number. And number 7, just follow the 5-step solve equations. And frame 8 tells you how to turn it in.